What's up, fam? It's me. I'm back. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's being safe. I hope everybody's staying smart. I just got a little breaking news that I want to bring you. Some stuff that mainstream media is not reporting on that I think is very, very relevant for everything that's going on, especially what's going on with the Haitian refugees. That's what I'm gonna call them, the Haitian refugees down in Del Rio. I think this news story and this breaking news is very, very important. So, and since mainstream media has decided that they don't want to talk about it, then it is our responsibility here in the black media to bring this to your attention. Okay, so let's get right into this because I'm not going to be here too long. So let's get right into this. I got one more story, hold on, that I want to pull up. Hold on, let me get this one. Alright, here we go. This story is coming from thedailymail.com. Thursday, September the 23rd. So this has been about a week. Well, no, actually this is today. Okay, I'm thinking something else. Actually, this is today. Came through at 7 a.m. Oh, they're doing everything to try to keep me from getting to it. Here it is. Afghan Evacuee 20 is charged with sexually assaulting minors at U.S. Air Force Base, and another Afghan evacuee, 32, is indicted for choking his wife. So, Barala Nouri, 20, an Afghan refugee being housed at a United States Air Force base, is being federally charged with sexually assaulting minors. Mohammed Haran Ahmad, 32, is also facing domestic assault charges with choking and suffocating his wife on September the 17th. Okay? The two had been living at Fort McCoy in Wisconsin when the alleged acts were committed and are now being held at Dane County Jail. According to prosecutors, Nouri is being charged with attempting to engage in a sexual act with a minor and using force against that person. He is also facing 3 other counts for engaging in sex with a child. Prosecutors say all of his victims were under the age of 16. Ahmad, however they say it, meanwhile is being charged with choking and suffocating his wife. He reportedly threatened to send her back to Afghanistan where the Taliban could deal with her. Okay? So these are 2 separate Afghan evacuees. Barala Nouri is 20 and Mohammed Haran Ahmad is 32. Right? And of course they haven't been here long because this whole Afghan evacuee situation just took place, right? And they have already, and while they were housed at this United States Air Force base, they were committing these crimes, allegedly committing these crimes, right? Okay, now that's the article in the Daily Mail. So when I saw that article, thanks to some folks on Twitter, when I saw that article, I said, okay, well, let me research and let me find out if anybody else is talking about this or whatever. Well, Yahoo News had it, but you know, Yahoo is always picking up stuff. Yahoo News is always picking up stuff from other main sources. But I didn't see it with any of mainstream like CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, ABC, NBC, CBS. I didn't see it with any of them. So I said, well, let me keep looking a little bit further, and I actually found it in the Washington Times. And this is what the Washington Times had to say. This was Wednesday, September the 22nd, 2021, by Stephen Dinan. 2 Afghan evacuees charged with assaults at U.S. military base. 2 Afghan men who were brought to the U.S. in the Biden administration's airlift have been indicted on assault and sexual assault charges. 1. Muhammad Haran Ahmad, 32, choked and hit his wife, an FBI agent said in a charging document. The wife also told personnel at Fort McCoy, where the family was being held, that her husband beat her many times in Afghanistan to the point that she lost vision in both eyes. The other man, Barullah Nori, 20, is accused of sexually assaulting one juvenile who was 12 to 15 years of age, and 3 other instances of fondling the genitals of another juvenile, also 12 to 15 years old. The men are among 13,000 Afghan refugees at the Wisconsin fort, and among some 60,000 people airlifted out of Afghanistan who have reached the U.S. Another 60,000. So right there we're talking about 133,000 Afghans. Another 60,000 evacuees are still being held overseas while they are vetted and processed. Mr. Ahmad and Mr. Nori cleared that vetting in order to reach Fort McCoy. So supposedly these 2 men were vetted before they were allowed to come here. Right? So it's already 60,000 who are here. You understand what I'm saying? 13,000 of that 60,000 were at this Wisconsin fort, this Wisconsin military base, and another 60,000 is are still being held overseas while they're being vetted and processed. And these 2 criminals, who obviously ain't took the time to stop their alleged criminal behavior for the little while that they were here, you understand what I'm saying, was supposedly vetted before they got here. It says Mr. Ahmad and Mr. Nori cleared that vetting process in order to reach Fort McCoy. Okay? Now, of course, you know, these 2 articles will be in the description box, right? And you can go with this. I read that whole article. It was real short. It was short, sweet, to the point. The Daily Mail, of course, will be a little bit longer, and the Daily Mail will have the pictures of these 2 gentlemen that you see in the video. But in researching, I came up with the statement or the actual release from the United States Department of Justice, right? And this was for immediate release Wednesday, September the 22nd, 2021. The United States Attorney's Office, Western District of Wisconsin. Grand jury returns indictments charging 2 Afghan evacuees with crimes while at Fort McCoy and Wisconsin residents with gun and drug crimes. Now, I don't know anything about that, but let's go ahead and read a little bit. Madison, Wisconsin. A federal grand jury in the Western District of Wisconsin, sitting in Madison, returned the following indictments today. You are advised that a charge is merely an accusation and that a defendant is presumed innocent until and unless proven guilty. Now, I wonder if this is the language that they use when they're talking about us. When they're talking about black folks. All of that strong implication that is just an accusation, you understand, that the defendant is presumed innocent until and unless proven guilty. But anyway, the 2 Afghan evacuees charged with crimes. In unrelated cases, 2 individuals have been charged with crimes while at Fort McCoy, Wisconsin. Barullah Nori, 20, is charged with attempting to engage in a sexual act with a minor using force against that person. Hold on a minute, y'all. Using force against that person, and with 3 counts of engaging in a sexual act with a minor, with 1 count alleging the use of force. The indictment alleges that the victims had not attained the age of 16 years and were at least 4 years younger than the defendant. Muhammad Haran Ahmad, or whatever, 32, is charged with assaulting his spouse by strangling and suffocating her. The indictment alleges that the assault occurred on September the 7th, 2021. Nori and Ahmad were charged previously in complaints filed in U.S. District Court. They made initial appearances in Madison on September 16 and are being detained at the Dane County Jail. So see, time they got here, whatever they had going on over there, they just continued it over here, right? Nori and Ahmad are scheduled for arraignment tomorrow, September 23rd at 9:30 a.m. and 10:15 a.m. respectively, before U.S. Magistrate Judge Stephen L. Crocker. If convicted, Nori faces a mandatory minimum penalty of 30 years and a maximum of life in federal prison on the charges alleging use of force, and a maximum penalty of 15 years on the other two charges. Ahmad faces a maximum penalty of 10 years. The charges against them are the result of investigations by the FBI and the Fort McCoy Police Department. Assistant U.S. Attorney Taylor Cross is handling the Nori prosecution, and Assistant U.S. Attorney Zachary Curry is handling the Ahmad prosecution. So they just got here. Whatever they had going on while they was over there, they didn't even take 5 minutes or 2 or 3 days or a week to chill out a little bit until they could get situated over here. They just kept on doing whatever it was that they was doing over there. But supposedly these folks have been properly vetted before they were allowed to come here. Now, hold on a minute. Let me get back to where I was. Now, the Daily Mail is also reporting that, and this came out today, September the 23rd, 2021. The Daily Mail is also reporting that male Afghan evacuees trafficking their child brides into the U.S. State Department seeks urgent guidance on older men presenting underage girls as their wives at intake centers. U.S. officials and like I said, I'll have all these listed in the description box so y'all can read these whole entire articles. But I just want to give y'all the gist of what's going on. U.S. officials are looking into reports that older Afghan men were admitted together with girls they claimed as brides or otherwise sexually abused. U.S. officials at intake centers in the United Arab Emirates and in Wisconsin have identified numerous incidents. While child marriage is not uncommon in Afghanistan, the U.S. has strict policies against human trafficking. One internal document seen by the Associated Press says the State Department has sought urgent guidance from other agencies after purported child brides. Another document says Afghan girls at a transit site in Abu Dhabi have alleged that they have been raped by older men they were forced to marry to escape. Now let's read just a little bit more of this. U.S. officials are looking into reports that in the frantic evacuation of desperate Afghans from Kabul, older men were admitted together with young girls they claimed as brides or otherwise sexually abused. U.S. officials at intake centers in the United Arab Emirates and in Wisconsin have identified numerous incidents in which Afghan girls have been presented to authorities as the wives of much older men. While child marriage is not uncommon in Afghanistan, the United States has strict policies against human trafficking that include prosecutions for offenders and sanctions for countries that don't crack down on it. Wow. One internal document seen by the Associated Press says the State Department has sought urgent guidance from other agencies after purported child brides were brought to Fort McCoy in Wisconsin. Another document described by the AP by officials familiar with it says Afghan girls at a transit site in Abu Dhabi have alleged they have been raped by older men they were forced to marry in order to escape Afghan. The State Department had no immediate comment on the documents or the veracity of the details in them. Officials say that they take all such allegations seriously, but many of them are anecdotal and difficult to prove, particularly amid the crush of Afghan evacuees at multiple locations in the Middle East, Europe, and the United States. An August 27 situation report sent to all U.S. embassies and consulates abroad, as well as military command centers in Florida, points to potential issues involving young girls and older men, some of whom claim to have more than one wife at Fort McCoy, a sprawling 60,000-acre Army base in Wisconsin. So, that's just a little bit more drama that's going on with the Afghanistan evacuees. So not only are they allegedly committing sexual crimes against underage girls, you know, not only do you have this one that allegedly beat and choked and strangled his wife and threatened to send her back to Afghanistan to be dealt with by the Taliban, but now you know, you have this possibility, alleged possibility of some human trafficking going on here with these older men and these much younger girls, and they're claiming that they're their child brides. So I just wanted to come to y'all and give y'all, you know, just a little bit of what's going on as far as the Afghan situation, as far as what's going on with the evacuees, as far as the fact that there is some drama, there are some problems, and of course mainstream media isn't going to talk about it. Mainstream media is not going to bring this information to you. But as tax-paying citizens, and since our taxes are supporting all of this stuff that's going on, and it's our tax money that's going to these people, and it's our tax money that's making sure that these people are put up in hotels and being placed in all of these different communities, and all of this stuff going on about getting them jobs and all of this, y'all need to know what's going on. And y'all need to know what allegedly some of these male Afghan evacuees got going on. So that's what I wanted to bring y'all. All of this information, all of these stories, these articles will be linked in the description box. So, you know, y'all make sure y'all get in the description box, read some of this information, you know, do some of your own research, see if you can find some other articles where they talk about this stuff. But yeah, this is what they got going on. This is what Biden's decision to bring all of them folks over here, 60,000, and they supposed to be vetted. Another 60,000 overseas waiting to be vetted to come in. You know, so if these allegations are true, maybe the vetting process ain't working too well. You understand what I'm saying? And what other criminal activity, you understand what I'm saying, do we have to look forward to from these Afghan evacuees? But like I said, y'all like the video, share the video, have these conversations, you know, let other people know what's going on. You understand? Because as taxpayers, this is real important to us, because we are the one that's footing the bills for all of this stuff. Just like we footed that bill, that $2 trillion bill for over 20 years, where they were spending what, $300 million a day in Afghanistan. We footed that bill. You understand what I'm saying? The citizens, us taxpayers, we're the one footing the bill for all these folks to come in here. But they got a problem with possibly 10,000 Haitians down there in Del Rio. They got a problem with them, but we already got 60,000 Afghans here. are already supporting them. And it's another 60,000 waiting to come. But we got a problem with, the Biden administration has a problem with, like I've already reported, like all the other administrations before him, they have a problem with the Haitians. Okay? And remember what Tucker Carlson said. You understand what I'm saying? And I'll try to find a clip of that and put it down in the description box as well. Tucker Carlson said that all these Afghans were white guys with beards. Okay? So, you know, y'all make sure y'all have these conversations on social media, off social media. Share this information. You understand what I'm saying? Get down in that description box. Get this information. Do your own research. Read up on it. And know what's going on. As like I said, as taxpayers, as American citizens, you have a right to know what's going on. You have a right to know how your money is being spent. And now, you know, we got to spend taxpayer dollars to prosecute these people and put them through the whole court system, and they just got here. So just bringing y'all the latest breaking news, and y'all have a good day.